What is going on, FitFam? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am walking you through my 6 steps to start getting lean and toned for life every day year round. So getting toned, literally all that means is building muscle. That is all that it is. So that really sexy goddess feminine physique is simply a combination of having a relatively low body fat percentage with having a decent amount of muscle mass on a woman's body. So let's talk about how you can actually get to this point and how you can keep these results year round with ease without having to give up anything in your life. All right, the very first step to getting lean and toned is eating enough for your goals, all right? Eating the right amount for your goals. This is the most important part of all. Nutrition really is the key. It is responsible for about 70 to 80% of the results that you're going to get. Don't get me wrong, working out is important too, because you can't only eat your way to building muscle, you also have to train to build muscle. But if you're training to build muscle and you're not fueling your body with what it needs to create that muscle, then you're really not going to get the results that you want. So how do you know how much you should be eating for your goals? Well, you need to figure out more or less what your total daily energy expenditure is, or your TDEE for short. And the way you're gonna get a rough estimate of that is going to one of these online calculators that is going to tell you how many calories are you burning every single day. And this is determined based on your age, height, weight, and activity level. So in the description box below, I have a link to a TDEE calculator that I recommend. So you're gonna go in there and make sure to be very, very honest about the activity level that you do have. Don't say you're working out 4 to 6 hours a week if you're really only working out maybe 1 or 2 days a week, because if you're not putting it in correctly, you're gonna get the wrong numbers. So once you have whatever that number is, that is telling you this is more or less the amount of calories that your body is burning every single day. So now to figure out how much you need to eat to reach your goals, you need to understand, well, what are your goals? And this is going to be determined also by how much body fat you currently have. Because if you have kind of more body fat that you want to get rid of, you're going to need to eat a little bit less than the amount you're burning. This is called doing a cut, which is where you focus on losing fat. And the only way that anybody ever, no matter what diet they're following, no matter who they are, can lose fat is by being in a slight calorie deficit. This is because you have to force your body to use the fat that you already have on your body as its source of energy, as opposed to having a surplus of calories coming in and using that as its source of energy. So here is an idea of what female body fat percentage looks like. Of course, this is just a rough guide. Everybody's going to look very, very different, but look at this image and get an idea of where are you at and how much body fat do you feel like you have to lose. I would say if you're 30% or more body fat, then definitely focus on a cut first. And that would mean that you're gonna eat about 300 to 500 calories less than what your total daily energy expenditure is. Now, if you don't have a ton of body fat to lose, I mean, maybe you still have a little bit of fat that you want to get rid of, but you're a little bit more on the leaner side or the skinnier side to start with, then you don't need to go into a cut. You can actually eat at maintenance. And that means that you are eating exactly the same amount of calories as the amount that you are burning. So you should eat exactly what your TDEE is. And you could potentially even eat in a little bit of a surplus, especially if you really don't have that much fat to lose and you're kind of skinny and you really want to work on getting more of like a booty and more tone definition, then you actually need to be eating a little bit more. So then in that case, I would eat maybe 200 to 300 calories more than what your TDEE is. Now, I know figuring out your numbers can feel a little bit overwhelming. So if you would like to have some help with this, this is what I do as a coach. I help my clients figure out how much they need to be eating, how they need to be working out, and giving them a custom plan that's specifically for their body, their goals, as well as their lifestyle and preferences. So if you'd be interested in getting some professional guidance so you don't have to figure out anything, there's no guesswork, I do it all for you and you just follow along with the plan and you have support and accountability through the journey, then make sure to go to the link in the description box and apply for my coaching. All right, the second step to start getting lean and toned is to focus on eating lots lots of protein. So why is protein so important? Well, first of all, protein is the building block of muscle. You cannot get toned, which literally just means building muscle, if you're not giving your body what it needs to create that muscle in the first place. So you have to make sure that you're getting enough protein so that your body can actually take that protein and turn it into muscle on your body. The other reason that protein is so beneficial for getting lean is because protein is the most satiating macronutrient of the three. There's protein, carbs, and fats. And you do need all three. They all play very important roles. But the higher protein you have in your diet, the fuller you're going to feel, which is going to allow you to get leaner because you're going to be able to lose more body fat by being so full on the calories that you do have. So I always tell my clients that they should aim for 100 grams of protein per day as a bare minimum. And that is a very doable amount of protein to get in your diet if you are actually focusing on getting enough protein. So of course you should be getting lots of protein foods in your diet. So things like eggs, yogurt, milk, of course all of your meat, so chicken breast, turkey breast, lean red meat, fish, seafood. Also your soy products, which I've been doing a lot more of these days and I actually really enjoy because it's just an alternative to eating so much animal protein. So tofu, tempeh, seitan are all really good sources of plant-based protein. And then of course I always encourage you to get a high quality protein powder. So this is an example of that. It's actually a vegan protein powder and it's totally organic and it gives me an extra 30 grams of protein per day. So it makes it really easy to get to 100 grams of protein a day if you are having one serving of a high quality protein powder and then in at least one other of your meals getting some sort of staple whole food protein. So that would be where you'd have your chicken, your fish, your tempeh, your red meat, whatever it is that you're gonna have at least one serving of that throughout your day in one of your meals. And then the other meals, you can easily hit your protein by having other protein foods or even carbs that are kind of high in protein. So pasta, bread, oats, quinoa, rice, beans, those types of carbs are mainly carbs, but they also do have a good bit of protein. So eating that way throughout the day, you're gonna easily hit 100 grams of protein. All right, the third step to getting lean and toned is setting up your environment for success. If you're going to make sure that you're getting enough food for your goals, enough protein, then you actually need to prepare your home so those foods are readily available. And then in addition to that, you want to clear out anything that is going to really distract you from your goals. So for example, if right now you have tons of chips and candy in your house or a bunch of alcohol and you feel like it's so tempting and you always end up binging on those things, then it's definitely worthwhile to see what you can do to eliminate those distractions. Personally, I'm a huge fan of only keeping really good quality foods in my actual house. You know, every now and then maybe I'll get a little bit of chocolate and bring it home, but for the most part, I prepare my meals at home with good quality whole foods, and then when I want to indulge, I go out of the house to do it. And I honestly find you end up enjoying your indulgences so much more if you do it this way, because it's more of a real experience. You have to actually go to a restaurant and order the brownie sundae there or order the pizza there, and it's way more enjoyable that way as opposed to just having a bunch of bags of chips that you're kind of just snacking on even though you don't really want to be eating them. Okay, the fourth step to getting lean and toned year-round with ease is to lift weights at least a few days a week. So ideally, you should be lifting weights 3 to 5 days a week. I always think the sweet spot is 4 days per week, and that's what I give my clients personally because we do 2 upper bodies and 2 lower body days. But if you're really excited and you're really keen to get more results, then you can add in a 5th day, or let's say you're too busy and it's kind of hard to fit in 4 days, and you could do just 3 and still be getting pretty good results. Now, I always recommend that you go to an actual gym to lift weights simply because it's going to have all the equipment that you could ever need to get very good results. Now, if there's no way that you can go to a gym, if you're just like so uncomfortable with it, or you don't live close to a gym, or it's too expensive for you, then you can work out from home, but I really recommend that you invest in a little bit of equipment. Get yourself a challenging set of dumbbells. So I recommend, getting 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, and then even heavier than that, like 25, 30, and even heavier if you can. Now that's a lot of different individual dumbbells to be getting. So my clients who do want to work out from home, I always recommend to get a set of adjustable dumbbells. And there's lots of different ones out there. I really recommend you get adjustable dumbbells that go up to at least 50 pounds in weight for each individual dumbbell, which would mean you'd have 100 pounds of weight to work with. And that is the amount of weight you want to be lifting to really see some gains, especially if you're trying to build a booty. You gotta be lifting heavy. And it doesn't need to be so much time. Your workout can just be 30 to 45 minutes, and that's all you need to really start to see some crazy results so fast. Okay, the fifth step to getting lean and toned year round is to get some basic daily movement. So this is a really simple thing. It's not complicated at all. And I find that a lot of people think that walking, for example, they don't count it as exercise, or they're like, oh no, that's not gonna help me lose fat, like that's too easy. But that's actually not the case. Walking every day or doing some kind of basic movement, whether it's walking, dancing, swimming, cycling, anything like that is so important, and it's really going to contribute to your overall fat loss. And that's because one of the biggest problems with our modern lifestyle is people are so sedentary. They sit all day long, and because of that, they're really not getting any movement, and that's slowing down their metabolism and really slowing down how many calories they're burning every day. All right, the sixth step to getting lean and toned year-round with ease is to be relatively consistent with these fundamental basics over time. The biggest reason I see women not getting the results that they want is they get into this self-sabotaging mindset of thinking that it's all or nothing, that they have to be absolutely perfect. They have to have perfect calories, perfect macros every single day. And if they don't, if they miss even one day, then it's all for nothing and they failed and they're not going to get results. And what's the point? This is such a horrible way of thinking. The results you get are cumulative from your overall actions over time, not just from one day of being perfect. So what I'm always telling my clients is focus on relative overall consistency, not obsessive perfection. And this is how you end up having a really balanced lifestyle, because you don't need to be perfectly on your meal plan or perfect workout every single day. You can totally still be going out to dinner with your friends, having chocolate, wine, pizza, whatever it is that you want to eat, and you're still going to be lean and toned. And that is because you have put in the overall consistency to get those results. And once you have those results, they're there to stay. It doesn't just disappear. Once you build that muscle, it is permanently with you for life. And that is why it is so awesome to work on getting strong and getting toned because of that. All right, FitFam, so those are my 6 steps to start getting lean and toned and to stay that way year round with ease without any restrictions. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe, and comment down below if there's anything else that you want to see from me. I hope you found these steps useful, and I'll see you in the next video.